If you are traveling to Davao, General Santos, or Cagayan de Oro City as a domestic traveler coming from any part of the country, then these are the domestic travel requirements that you need to prepare as of July 2021. Stay tuned and watch the video to know more. Welcome to DenZ TV. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you receive updates as they are posted. The Community Quarantine Classification for Davao City is Modified Enhanced Community Quarantine or MECQ until July 15, 2021. This means that only essential travel is allowed at this time. Now let's proceed to the travel requirements. All Davao-bound guests are required to submit the following travel documents upon check-in. Let's start with the locally stranded individuals. Please provide a negative RT-PCR swab test result or a negative saliva RT-PCR test result valid for 72 hours from the time the test was done until arrival in Davao. Children who are 12 years old and below are exempted from this requirement. Also provide a valid ID and a safe Davao QR code. Let's go to the travel document requirements for authorized persons outside residence or a poor going to Davao City. First, a negative RT-PCR swab test result or a negative saliva RT-PCR test result valid for 72 hours from the time the test was conducted. A government-issued ID and a registration to Safe Davao QR. Please save the QR code. Have it printed or saved in your mobile phone. Also, if you are traveling via Philippine Airlines, usually a travel order is also required. Let's go to the travel requirements for returning overseas Filipinos, including OFWs. So ROFs or OFWs who have landed either in Clark, Manila, or Cebu, these are the requirements. First is a Bureau of Quarantine clearance or certificate, which is valid for 4 days from the date of issuance. A registration to Safe Davao QR, and the link will be provided in the video description below as well. Please make sure to save a printed or a digital copy of the QR code. And the clearance that you will be having from the BOQ must indicate completed 10 days of hotel quarantine and the negative RT-PCR test result. Now let's go to General Santos City. The community quarantine classification for General Santos City is General Community Quarantine or GCQ until July 31, 2021. Also, only essential travel is allowed. Let's start with the locally stranded individuals or LSIs going to General Santos City. Please provide the following requirements. Negative RT-PCR swab or saliva test conducted 72 hours before departure taken from accredited DOH testing facilities. Tapat QR code. The link to the Tapat site will be provided in the video description below. You have to pass the symptom screening upon arrival. And LSIs need to undergo mandatory quarantine upon arrival for 7 days in the barangay isolation units. For authorized persons outside residence going to Gensan, these are the requirements. Negative RT-PCR swab or saliva test, valid for 72 hours. A company travel order, a valid ID, travel itinerary, tapat QR code, and you have to pass the symptom screening upon arrival. For returning overseas Filipinos and OFWs going to Gensan, please provide the following negative RT-PCR swab or saliva test conducted 72 hours before departure, taken from a DOH testing facility, tapat QR code, and you have to undergo mandatory quarantine upon arrival for 7 days in the barangay isolation units. Let's proceed to Cagayan de Oro City. The community quarantine classification for Cagayan de Oro is MECQ or Modified Enhanced Community Quarantine until July 15, 2021. Only essential travel is allowed. For travel requirements, the locally stranded individuals and the returning overseas Filipinos and OFWs have the same requirement, and these are the following. SPAS, Permit to Travel, Stay Safe, Contact Tracing, CDO Barangay Coordination Letter, Higala QR Code, And you have to coordinate with the barangay of destination. So the links to all of these websites and forms will be provided in the video description below. For authorized persons outside of residence or APOR going to Cagayan de Oro City, these are the requirements. SPAS, stay safe, barangay coordination letter, Higala QR code, coordination with the barangay of destination, and the travel order. And those are the domestic travel requirements as of July 2021 if you're going to Davao, Gensan, and Cagayan de Oro City. Thank you so much for watching. If you find the content of this channel valuable, remember to subscribe. Feel free to check out the other videos as well.